Welcome to the Only Child podcast. My name is Arian Aurora, and I'm here with
Ansley, Almonor.
Ansley. He plays with FDU. He's on the men's basketball team. He's a sophomore, rising junior this year. How you feeling today?
Feeling great.
Feeling good. How's your
Thanks for
off
having
season
me.
going? Yeah, for sure.
It's going pretty good. Working hard, getting better.
Yeah. So you guys started your workouts and everything.
Yeah, we just started recently.
Just started.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah. So what you accomplished this past year was a lot, and it's literally every basketball kid's dream growing up to experience what you experienced. So yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So to start off, let's get like a brief introduction on yourself. So who is Ansley Almonor, if you had to describe yourself?
Ansley, I'm a kid. Just a kid from Spring Valley. Love playing basketball, played basketball basically my whole life. Had a tough journey, like getting under-recruited, not really being recruited by a lot of schools to go D1 and stuff. So I take it the hard way, went to prep school. After prep school, recruitment started to pick up a little bit, and fortunately got my offer at FDU and committed there.
Okay. Yeah. So that offer came during the COVID year, right?
Yeah, that was 2021.
2021, so right after.
Thick of COVID.
Yeah.
Mask and everything, so it was kind of tough.
Yeah. So you did 4 years at St. Joe's.
Yeah, 4 years at St. Joseph Regional High School in Montville.
So how was that? How was that experience?
It was a great experience. I wouldn't want to change that at all. Like, great experience. I made lifelong friends. I love everybody who I met over there. Teachers, faculty, students. Like, I love everybody I met over there. It's really a brotherhood, and I would recommend that to anybody.
Yeah, no, that's great. So was St. Joe's your first option for high school?
Yeah, it was mostly St. Joe's. I had some other options in the regional high schools, like such as like Don Bosco and Paramus Catholic, Albertus Magnus, schools like that. But St. Joe stuck out to me and my parents, so I made that decision.
Got you. So ever since you were young, you wanted to play in college, right?
Yep.
So when you're at Joe's, you didn't even play varsity fully until your junior year, correct?
Yeah.
So did the coaches tell you that prior before coming? Like you had to build your way up and all that? Or was it like you thought it was a guarantee and it just didn't happen? Or
Yeah, I never really thought it was a guarantee. Like, that's not really how I walked into it. I knew I had to work my way up to get certain things. Like, I knew it was going to be hard, a tough battle, especially people ahead of me, grades above me. We had some good athletes and stuff, so I knew it was going to be pretty tough for me to get minutes on a varsity team.
Okay, yeah. So your junior year, you were playing AAU with who?
I played with the Firm going to my junior year. Yeah.
And that was right before the COVID year started,
Yeah.
right? So prior to that, who'd you play AAU with during your childhood?
During my childhood, I played with a lot of teams, to be honest. Played with
me too.
New Heights, played with Rockland Rockets, Rocktown Monarchs, just to name a few, to be honest. Played with Born Ready Elite, Long Island, New York Lightning Select. Played a lot of teams, good amount of teams. Yeah.
Yeah, like when you're young, especially you travel everywhere with different teams. Like it's like a transfer portal in the AAU. Everybody's switching teams.
Everybody switches teams all over.
Chaotic.
Yeah. It is crazy.
There's no loyalty in AAU for real.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. So now go back up to St. Joe's. So your junior year, COVID happened.
That was my senior year.
That was your senior year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you're a year below me.
Yeah.
Okay. So your senior year, you won the chip your junior year, right?
No, our senior year, we won that. Literally won the
right before the COVID year happened?
Yeah, right before COVID happened. When we won the Jamboree Championship, like the week before school shut down.
The week before?
Yeah, literally like the week before, because we won the championship. Then the next week we had state sectionals. We lost in the semifinals, and like the day after or 2 days after, everything started to shut down. Like there's no like championship game and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah. So at that time, you had no offers.
No.
No offers, no interests.
No, just like smaller schools, like D3 schools and stuff.
Okay. So during that COVID year, did you lose confidence and you thought it was over, or how'd you feel going?
I would say I did lose confidence. Like definitely. Like I wouldn't say I thought it was over, but I was starting to think like, what else could I do? Like this like basketball may not be for me. Like COVID just happened, not really getting recruited, and this is gonna make it even harder for me. I did not have any prep schools. Prep school wasn't really an option earlier, so I'm thinking, am I gonna go to college? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, get a job and stuff like that. That's really what I was thinking during my
like
senior year.
real life kicked in.
Yeah, like
for real.
yeah.
So when did OSL take place?
So like during COVID, I was working out. My brother, one of my brother's coaches, he was working out with one of his coaches or whatever, and I went to go work out because it was COVID. You know, it was hard to get in the gym, and he had access to the gym, so I went to go work out with him. And the coach that he's working out with, Jason Cole, my guy, he was like, "Oh, I got a school for you, like a prep school you could go to right now, and they'll definitely be able to take you to the next level." And then he got my dad into contact with the director of OSL, Coach Pete. And then since then, they made that work, and then went there.
So J. Cole made it happen?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, can I see you working out with him at Impact all the time?
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. He did.
Yeah, I heard he's a great coach.
He's a great coach, great trainer. That's my guy. Without him, I don't know what I'd be doing.
So, for somebody who out there getting under recruited right now, who thinks it's over, who's losing confidence in himself, like, what's that piece of advice you'd give that person?
To be honest, I'll just be like just keep working. Like everything happens for a reason. Like you'll end up where you need to go. Just keep working. The right people will find you. Like if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. Like somebody will find you and it'll work out. So don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Always work. Keep working and make sure you're ready for the moment because you never know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, like people lose a lot of confidence especially in COVID year. I know a lot of people quit, gave up. Like it's good to see that you kept going through.
Yeah.
And like, cause at the end of the day, like you're doing it for more than yourself. It's really for your family. Obviously, you do it for yourself, but you're doing it for the people who invest time in you, all that money, all those AU trips, everything.
Yeah,
like you can't just give that to waste. You gotta keep going and do it for them.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now, FDU first year, how'd that go?
Our first year was pretty tough, to be honest. Like I came in as a freshman. We had a big freshman class, so came in as a freshman. Had to play behind a couple of guys, but like I felt like I could have played a little more than I did. But I only got like 8 minutes a game, so confidence was pretty low in that time too. I'm thinking like, dang, like what am I gonna do? Like how is this gonna be? Like, am I ever gonna be able to play at this level? Like, am I gonna get this chance or whatever? And yeah, it was pretty tough my freshman year. I went through a lot of ups and downs mentally, on the court, off the court. It was a lot.
Yeah. So the end of your freshman year, your coach got fired.
Yeah. So that situation was crazy. Like we like, as a team, we thought we had a feeling he might get fired or whatever, but like the way he was coming about it, we thought he thought he was gonna come back. So like me, a freshman, I didn't really know how it worked. I thought he was gonna come back, and then they told us that they wasn't gonna bring him back. So then that happened. Yeah.
Yeah, like basketball, especially like at the Division I level, it's like a straight business.
Yeah.
Like we both went through multiple coaching changes.
Yeah.
Like when I was at Manhattan, we had our first coach. He got fired 14 days before the season even started.
Yeah.
Leaving people entering the transfer portal. Whole team changes. The whole vibe is different. So it's like coaching change really makes a big difference in a player. It can either benefit them or bring them down. So yeah. So now your second year at FDU, your new coach.
Yeah.
The celeb. The world. The miracle man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they call him. So Tobin Anderson, right?
Yeah.
So they interviewed a few coaches, I'm assuming. Then Tobin got the job. How'd you feel about that?
So he got the job in like May. I didn't even really like I knew of him. I went to his camps at Stack because that's pretty close to my house. So I like knew of him. I knew how he knew him a little bit. Like I seen how he was. Like I didn't really know how to feel. Like I kind of had mixed feelings about it when they first hired him. Like I wanted to see what he was gonna do with the team. Like how he was gonna do. Like what he was gonna say to the players. Like how he was gonna be. So initial thoughts, I was just had mixed feelings. So I didn't really think at first.
Yeah. So did entering the transfer portal come in your brain? Like, was you like thinking like, yo, like new coach, new change? Like, is he gonna mess with me? Like, am I gonna get the opportunity at the next level to really show who Ansley Almonor is? Am I gonna be able to play the game I know how to play with this system, with this coach? So like, you felt that staying was the best option?
I mean, that's kind of a long story too. Like when I first like when he first got the job, like, yeah, I'm thinking like, oh, like, should I stay? Should I leave? Like, I don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna tell us to leave, tell us to stay.
Yeah.
So like he had his each individual meeting with, each of the players and stuff. And when he had his meeting with me, he basically told me like to leave. Like he said like I wasn't gonna play if I stayed and stuff.
So he told you, leave FDU, don't come back. You're not gonna help the program.
Yeah, like basically he said I'm not gonna be able to play in the system. I'm not good enough. Like I'm not the type of player he needs, the type of player he wants. Like if I stay, I'll just be a practice player. Is what he told me. Like the first day he met me, and then so like after that, obviously I called like my parents. I called somebody I'm really close to, one of my mentors from Eric, and he just told me like there's a lot of people go through a lot of things in his life, and like you have a decision. Like either you could let him be right about you, or you could prove him wrong. Like the opportunity, like it's in your hands. Like he's a coach. It's a business. All he wants to do is win. So if you go out there, you work hard, you get better, you do what he said you can't do. You help like you show him that you are somebody he needs to win. Then he's gonna play you. Like you don't have to leave. But like in my head, I was just like in my head, I was really just sad. Like I really was like, damn, like he doesn't want me to be here. Like I don't want to be here if you don't want me to be here. Like I'm like shout out to the portal, shout out to the portal. He's like he was telling me he was gonna support me either way, but that portal it gets nasty, as you know. Is thousands of players, thousands of players in that portal
waiting for an offer.
Waiting for that offer. It's like what's gonna distinct me from them, especially after my freshman year. I have no good stats. I barely played and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like, what should I really do? So yeah, like I decided to stay. I decided to prove him wrong. Decided to,
So before you got that mindset of trying to prove him wrong, did your confidence go down? Like, did you reach a low?
Oh yeah, I reached like an all-time low. Probably like that was probably the lowest I've. No, not probably. That was definitely the lowest I ever felt. Like in basketball in general. Like to be honest, I thought that, like my career was over. I thought my life was over. Like I'm like, dang, like I'm gonna have to go D2, D3 or whatever and just play. Like this is like my D1 life is over. Like my dream is over. Like it's done. So that's like that's what I was originally thinking and stuff. But like I said, Eric, he told me, he gave me great advice, and then I just turned that sadness into like anger, and the anger into motivation. I was just working so hard every day. I'm like working hard. Like I'm like nobody's working. Like there's no way any of his players are working as hard as me right now. So I just went and I just work, and then yeah.
So Eric, he was at OSL, right?
Yeah.
And he was with the Harlem Wizards, right?
Yeah.
I remember I used to go to his camps, and like I always used to try to spin the ball on my finger. He always used to do that. So I remember he was a great guy. So it's good that you have him in your corner.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Give you advice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So so Tobin told you practice player, you're not gonna play a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But Manhattan, when I'm there, we play you guys in November. You're starting.
Yeah.
What changed?
So, like I said, after that, we had from that meeting was in May. I knew we was coming back in July. So I had those 2 months basically to just work out, get better, like go hard. Like every day I was pushing myself to new limits, like just working out so hard, like very like grueling workouts, like really like in the sun, in the heat, the gym, like multiple times a day. Like it was tough. Like it was really hard. Like I'm just thinking about what he said to me, thinking about like how he doesn't even think, like he's already written me off. So like now I gotta come in, just chip on my shoulder, like I'm here, I'm here, like I'm better than these guys you're bringing in, stuff like that. So like I work out for those 2 months, come back in July, and like from the first workout he could really tell like I was not the player that he thought I was originally. Like I came in, I'm going hard, I'm winning drills, I'm making the right play and stuff like that. You can see that off rip. I'm working hard, I'm being a leader, all that stuff. So that just that first day, it set the tone. Like he seen that I wasn't the player that he thought I was, and just every day just kept working, doing what I had to do in practice, going hard, being a leader, all that stuff, and it just accumulated into, by the time the season started, I was one of the captains of the team starting.
Yeah, I remember seeing your like development over the summer, because like obviously we follow each other on Instagram. We from the same area.
Yeah.
We work out with the same people. I know what you're doing. And like you're a gym rat. Like you're always in the gym, and you're always around good people, good circles. So that definitely helped. And when we played you, you actually had your career night, right?
Yeah, that was my like the first time I heard my career high. That this season, that was my first time breaking it. Yeah, I had a good game that game because the game before, actually the first game I fouled out, so I couldn't really that was like my first game starting in college. So I'm like it was kind of new to me, so I fouled out the first game. Second game I didn't really play that well. We played like a D2 team, so I didn't really play that well. And that was my first game. I got to break away. Like it felt good that whole night.
That was the third game of the season?
Third game of the season for us.
Okay.
Yeah, so got the break away. Got shots up, was making my shots. I was feeling good, impacting the team.
Yeah, I remember that game. We were going through the scout. It was he could shoot, but you had what, 5 threes?
Yeah,
something like that, right?
Yeah, 5 threes. I think 4 threes,
5 threes,
something like that.
Yeah. So that year, your record before the conference tournament, you guys finished second.
Yeah, we were second. We was tied for second with Stonehill.
Okay.
But I think we had a tiebreaker because we the way it worked, we beat Merrimack twice. So I think we was second.
Yeah.
That's how we.
So ultimately, it was Merrimack versus FDU.
Yeah.
But before that game, it was FDU versus
St. Francis.
St. Francis, and that game determined who goes to the tournament, right?
Yeah, but we played almost at the same time, so we didn't even we didn't know because if Sacred Heart won, that wouldn't have that would have been the case.
Happened?
Yeah,
Okay.
If Sacred Heart won, then the winner of the championship game would have went to the tournament because Sacred Heart is the D1 team. So we was playing.
Because Merrimack was playing Sacred Heart.
Yeah, Merrimack was playing Sacred Heart.
It wasn't a guarantee yet.
Yeah, so we're in the game and stuff. We came out hot. We came out aggressive. We were winning by we had a good lead. Basically the whole game we came out there.
Them, right?
Yeah, we was out there and we're second half, probably midway through the second half, maybe a little bit past midway through the second half. I asked somebody in the crowd, yo, did Merrimack win? Merrimack won? They're like, yeah, Merrimack won. So I'm like, oh, yo, Merrimack won.
That moment you knew.
Yeah.
You was going to dance.
Exactly. So then we were like, yo, Merrimack won. And they're like, oh. So once we realized that, we was all excited and stuff. We got the win and they stood on the court and stuff. So it was crazy.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Merrimack with a D2 team, and in Division I, you gotta, once you go up in a level, so they went from D2 to D1, they have to wait a 4-year period.
I think it's 5.
5-year period.
Yeah, I think so.
Until they can be eligible for the NCAA tournament. So if Merrimack's in the championship with FDU and FDU loses, they still advance because Merrimack's not eligible.
Yeah, but this year they're gonna be eligible.
This year they will be eligible.
Yeah.
So take me through that championship game. Were you guys going in we're going to the tournament, it doesn't matter?
No.
You guys were going in.
Yeah, we wanted to win. We our FDU and Merrimack is a little rivalry. We don't like them. They don't like us. Yeah. Their coach, he likes to say stuff in the media, stuff like that. So we did not we went out there. We wanted to win that game. We was preparing to win that game. We didn't care about we was going to the tournament. We wanted to win that game. We wanted to go home with the Chaz champs and stuff. But we had to control the game most of the game. I feel like towards the end of the game, refs made a couple of iffy calls, and that's how he lost.
Yeah.
But to kind of change the way how the game was going, but can't really sweat it too much. Lost by 1.
Yeah. Shout out Jordan McCoy, game-winning free throw.
Yeah, you don't deserve that free throw.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But so they can advance. You guys advance. Now, what's your thought process going into the tournament?
Well, so after that loss, we were upset. We were down. We were upset about that loss. We didn't we knew how people were gonna perceive it. Oh, they don't deserve to be here. We got a Mickey Mouse bid. We heard a whole bunch of stuff. They're we don't really deserve to be in the tournament and stuff. But we knew we deserved to be there. We knew we were the better team. That game ain't show, but we knew we was the best team in the conference. So we wanted to go out there and we wanted to prove it. So we playing Texas Southern first game, we prepared. We locked in our preparation. We had good practices. We was getting right. We knew we wanted to prove a point. And they was in the media saying that we had an easy press break. They was gonna get easy buckets off the press break. They wasn't even worried about us. They was worried about Purdue before they even played us. So we took that.
Texas Southern?
Yeah, Texas Southern. Yeah. They were saying all that in the media. We seen that because our coaches, they like to show us little stuff. When people talk about us in the media, they like to show us that a little bit to fire us up. So we seen that. We was fired up to play them, and then we went out there, and then they wasn't ready to play us.
So Texas Southern, you had 23?
Yeah, 23.
23 points. That's a big game on a big stage, especially somebody who was told a few months before the whole tournament, before the season, like you're gonna be a practice player. Now you're going up Final Four, not Final Four, first four, 23 against Texas Southern. Like that's big, and like for most people, like they can't go through that whole like, okay, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Like they're like a lot of people just go down and just like go on a ball and then they never evolve. But it's good that like you were able to like go up and prove a lot of people wrong. So you beat Texas Southern. Now you're waiting to see who you play.
Yeah, so we beat Texas Southern. We knew we were gonna play Purdue because in the bracket that's
Yeah,
how
in
it
the
was.
bracket it showed
So
who
we
you're gonna
beat
play.
Texas Southern, and we on the way to Columbus, and we're just thinking about Purdue, like how are we gonna beat them, like what are their weaknesses, stuff like that. So we got there pretty late. We woke up. Once we woke up, we were watching film on them. Like once we woke up that day, watching film on them, seeing what they were gonna do, see how we were gonna try to exploit their weaknesses. We're gonna try to impose our will in the game. We woke up, watched film, um, went to practice, had a good practice, came back, studied their personnel, studied their plays. Like we were really prepared for that game. Like that's why when we came in, we was really confident and that we could win that game because we were prepared. We knew what we were gonna do. We knew how we were gonna do it, and we knew that if we were gonna impose our will, if we are gonna carry out our game plan, there's no way they could beat us.
Okay, yeah, that's a great mindset. And like only one other team beat number one seed, so it's like your odds are very low.
Yeah,
Everybody in the country is against you. Like you guys have no shot for people from the outside world. So you guys knew from the start after watching the film, like, yo, like we're gonna beat them. Like you knew from the jump, like you guys wasn't scared of them. Like what was your thoughts on Purdue and how you when you watched film on them, what was your initial thought?
we got shown them. Our initial thought was just like they're a good team. Clearly, like they won the Big Ten. Like they're a good team, but the way they play is they're not gonna like the way how we play. Like they play a nice slow paced game, try to bring it in, put the ball inside. Can't really shoot that well, and we know like we were gonna make them shoot shots that they weren't comfortable taking. We're gonna pressure them full court, make their guards turn, make their guards dribble a lot when they really don't like dribbling, and speed the game up. And that's not their like they're not comfortable playing the game back fast, up and down, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So obviously you have a matchup against a 7'5" Zach Edey. Like that's hard. When you're the tallest man on your team, right?
Yeah,
You're 6'6".
yeah, 6'7".
6'7", my fault. 6'7", all right? You're 6'7". That's the average size of a three
Yeah,
on Purdue.
exactly. Yeah,
So
they
I'm
guard.
like,
Yeah,
so you're playing center, you're guarding Zach the whole game. Trust me, when I was at IMG, I was able to see Zach evolve. He got so much better since when he was in sophomore. So seeing him from then to now, he was what labeled as like the best player in college basketball.
yeah. He was a national player of the year, best player in
National player of the
basketball.
year,
Yeah,
and you're supposedly the practice player
yeah,
who's not supposed to be here.
exactly.
Yeah, you're supposed to be D2, D3,
Yeah.
and that's what you are, and you're going up against the national player of the year.
Yeah.
So, what were your feelings on that? Were you scared, nervous, excited? What was the feeling?
I was excited to go out there and just like play like that type like level of competition. I worked hard to like get to this point. So I just wanted to prove that like we belong. Like not only me, like our team belonged there. Like we weren't just a Mickey Mouse bid. Like we weren't just not supposed to be there. Like we wanted to prove that we belong there. Like I wanted to prove that I could play at this level. Like yeah, he's 7'5" or whatever, but
Don't matter.
it really don't matter. Like it's like hard over height, you know. So
Yeah.
like I was excited to play him. I wanted to see how it was gonna be. Like I wanted to see how tall he was. I wanted to see like just how he was on the court. I was excited.
Yeah. And for you, you're 6'7", but you're not like you're not a center.
No, yeah,
You're a three.
yeah,
You say you're a three?
yeah,
You're a three. You have guard skills. You're able to shoot. You're able to make a move, go to the basket. Like you're not a one-dimensional player.
yeah,
Seeing Zach, it's a different case.
yeah.
So, how are you able to use your guard ability as a big to your advantage versus Zach?
Well, they didn't put him on me because they knew they knew like that my shot wasn't
So
going
who
to
was
end
that
well for
guarding?
them. He was guarding Sean. So, but
He
like,
let up a 3 at the end.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But like, so I knew that he was slower. Like he didn't want to run, and he didn't want to like work because I was like we said we were watching the film. Like they weren't really making him work to get the ball, you know. And I was gonna make him work to get the ball. I was gonna be in his legs. I was gonna be moving him the whole time. I was gonna be bothering him,
Be
touching him.
scrappy,
Yeah, just touching him the whole time, and he didn't like that. Like you could tell he didn't
He's
like
not
that.
used to that.
Yeah,
A lot of bigs, they hate when a player is on their knees boxing them out, like all the little rough stuff they hate. So it's like if you get out of his comfort zone, you're able to stop him.
exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like he doesn't. I know he hasn't played nobody my size. He's playing guys bigger than him who are gonna be just as like slow and like big and just try to like body him and stuff. But I wasn't gonna do that. I was gonna use my size to my advantage, my quickness to my advantage, just get in his legs, bother him, be a pest, and just see how he react to that.
Yeah. So during that game, describe like the feeling because a kid from Spring Valley, it's not many who play at that level for real, for real. Like you're special. Like there's kids in Rockland 845 looking up to you, watching the game. You got the whole hood watching you to see what you do. Like you ever thought of like in your head like, yo, like I gotta be that role model for those kids looking up to you.
I mean, yeah, like to like at a certain point, I'm just like, this is really crazy. Like you're right. Like there's not a lot of people from Spring Valley that make it to this level, or like or like even out of Spring Valley. So like I definitely got to be a role model for these kids because when I was their age, I was looking for a role model like me. So
Yeah.
I definitely was thinking that whole time, just like be a good role model, try to set an example. Like if I could do it, you could do it too.
Yeah. No, that's the mindset you're supposed to have. Yeah. So during that game, how many fans were there?
I don't even know. There was a
Probably 20,000.
yeah, it was a big
Maybe
crowd
more than
though.
that.
It was a big crowd, a
Yeah.
really big crowd. It was a big arena.
That's the biggest crowd you've ever played on, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
seeing all those people, big lights, you were nervous? Like,
To be honest, nah. Like I wasn't nervous until I played FAU. Like the first couple games, I wasn't nervous because people thought we weren't supposed to be there. So like anything we did, like we
it
can't.
didn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't matter. Like you just go out there, play free because we weren't even supposed to be here. If you really look at it, like I wasn't supposed to be here at all. I really look at it. So the
Yeah.
fact that I'm even here is just just to be grateful for that. So I wasn't nervous at all. I just went out there and played.
Yeah. So what was the halftime speech like? Halftime versus Purdue, all the timeouts, media timeouts. Like, what was being said?
Just keep coming. Like that's what Hoban always like to say. Like keep coming, keep playing our game, keep speeding them up, keep turning them, keep being tougher, keep grabbing rebounds, keep doing what we do, and like we'll get the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, fourth quarter, buzzer rings, y'all win. What's that initial feeling? Like, are you shocked that you just did this? Like, because look, it only been done one time ever.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Like, you had to been shocked.
Like it was just a crazy feeling. Like I couldn't really believe it. Like in the moment, it's like a surreal feeling. Like it's like everybody cheering. It's like yo, we really just won.
yeah,
Like we're thinking we could win. Like but like once it happens, like the feeling you get is just
yeah,
different.
it's different, bro. 'Cause
Like
once
we
you
was
actually
like
experience it.
yeah, exactly. Like we're just like yo, we really won. Like we're just excited. Like
Yeah.
jumping around, screaming, hugging each other, just happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Probably a lot of tears too. 'Cause, like,
Yeah,
it took a lot to reach that point.
it definitely did, man. Like it really definitely did.
Yeah. Like I
Definitely.
bet like once you actually do it, like you just think about all the stuff that you went through to reach that point. It's crazy.
Not every time I do think about that, every time I do think about the stuff I went through, it does like
Yeah.
it's crazy to think about. To be honest, like I really went through a lot.
Yeah. So after you win, what's the feeling like in the locker room? And when you guys get back to the hotel, were there a lot of people like waiting for you guys?
Oh, in the locker room, we were just like happy. We was just jumping around, throwing
Sneaking around.
water, throwing Gatorade at everybody. We was just jumping. Like it was so excited. Like, everybody was so excited. It was just
Yeah.
like a great feeling. Like we were just happy in there. Yeah. When we got back to the hotel, people waiting for us, just clapping for us, gave us an ovation and stuff. It was nice. Like it was really
Yeah.
nice. Like that's really like a nice experience, once in a lifetime experience. I'm really glad that I got to experience that.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. Like seeing a bunch of people waiting for you at your hotel just to congratulate you. That
Yeah.
feeling must be surreal.
Yeah, it was a surreal feeling. The whole March Madness was just a surreal feeling, bro. From the
Yeah.
beginning to the end. Flying on a jet. It was just crazy. It just felt
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I can imagine. So now you're preparing for FAU. The Memphis FAU game already happened or no?
Oh well, it was happening while
Your game was happening.
yeah, like we were like celebrating. By the time we got back to the hotel, it was still happening. And yeah, so like our coaches, they were trying to prepare. They were preparing for both. They were
Yeah,
like,
both double scout.
Yeah, we're doing double scout, preparing for both. Cause like yeah.
Yeah, so you guys match up against FAU. Um, obviously the mindset's going in to win. What was being said in the locker room before the FAU game?
That they don't think we should be here. Like they still don't respect us. They still don't think we should be here. They think they got the easy game. They think it's gonna be an easy win. Like they're gonna come in here and they're gonna walk all over us, and like we just weren't gonna let that happen. Like we gotta come out here, got prove a point, prove our like we're here for a reason.
Yeah.
Play our game, and do what we do.
Okay. So during that game, obviously you guys lose. That was the game to make it to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But during that game, you guys were in it the whole game for real, right?
Yeah.
So, like, Tobin, he was saying, keep coming in the locker room.
Yeah,
Like,
just
he was
like
same mindset.
yeah, like actually we kind of started slow in the first half. So he was on us about starting slow, like because we weren't like in the first half. We weren't really defending that well. We were arguing with each other in the huddles and stuff like that. We were just like acting out of character, doing things that we don't usually do. He was just like, "Don't get out of character now. Get back to how we got here. Like this is like it's just like Purdue. Like don't change it. Like don't change your mindset. Don't change the game plan. Get back to what we do. Get back to what we do, and we'll be fine."
Yeah. Yeah, stick with that mindset.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you guys lose. You guys get back to New Jersey that night?
Let me think. What was the FAU? Nah,
Just the
we didn't.
night after?
Yeah, it was the day after we came back. Yeah, wait, let me think. It might have been that night. I forgot. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was a blur?
Yeah, it was like a blur. Wait, it might have been that. Yeah, we got back that night because it was like mad late by the time I got back to the.
That night, were there people waiting for you at FDU? Or was
Nah. It was
No?
way too late.
It was way too late?
It was like 2 a.m. Like
Yeah.
by the time we got back, it was mad late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you get back, you guys had the parade before you guys went or after? Like a celebration.
Oh, it was after we went.
It was after?
Yeah, they had like a whole celebration in the gym and stuff. It was nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Good feeling. Yeah. So after that whole March Madness thing, your coach, how'd you find out how he was leaving? Like, because he went to Iona.
Yeah, so let me think. We landed that night, and then the next day I wake up, I'm on my phone, and I just see like there's like rumors swirling. Oh, Tobin Anderson. He's a front runner to get the job in Iona, stuff like that. And then I was telling my teammates, I'm like, don't be surprised this happened. Don't be surprised this happened. And then I think I think he called for a meeting. But then by the time he called I think he called for a meeting that night, said tomorrow we're gonna meet. Yeah, he called for me at nighttime, said tomorrow we're gonna meet.
But it was already out there.
And then by the time like he it was already on Twitter, like everybody already knew what it was. So then by the time he got to the locker room, everybody already knew like what it was gonna be about, you know.
Yeah. So you already went through one coaching change your first year.
Yeah.
Now your second year,
another coaching change.
Like you thought he could have handled it a little different the way he left.
I mean, yeah, I feel like just, you know, I don't blame him for leaving. Like it's obviously a better opportunity for him, his family. You know, I just feel like because the way he was kind of making it seem like he was gonna come back and stuff like after the game. So it's like he could like I feel like he could have handled it a little bit better. But I don't even blame him. I'm not mad at him for that. You know, he had to do what he had to do for his family. It was best for him.
Yep.
I respect it.
It's a business at the end of the day.
Fact.
Yeah. So he takes over Rick Pitino at Iona in the MAC. Obviously, a little better conference than the NEC.
Yeah.
Did he ask you to come join him over there?
Like, did he ask me to go play with him in Iona?
Yeah.
like that he wouldn't like really be allowed to because like we got like rules. So like I didn't officially enter the portal, so he didn't really say nothing to me.
Okay.
So like
Did you think of entering the portal, or you just wanted to stick it out at FDU? Did you know who the coach was like when Tobin was leaving?
actually yeah, that like once we had the meeting that someone was leaving, it was literally that same meeting. They were like, "Oh, Jack is
Okay.
all right, he's so like he like yeah, so he got moved up, but I was thinking about leaving. Like I didn't know. Like I feel like if I would have entered the portal, like Tobin probably would have won. Like our like since the beginning, our relationship changed like throughout the whole year and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if like I entered the portal, he probably would have wanted me to come and stuff. But I feel like staying there was probably the best thing
Yeah.
for me.
So you have a good relationship right now with your head coach.
Yeah, definitely, Jack.
Yeah.
That's my guy. We have a really good relationship.
Yeah. So obviously, you had a breakout year, like because your first year you averaged what
3 points.
3 points, and
Yeah,
now you increased it by 10,
yeah, like
10 or 11.
yeah, like 11.
Yeah. So if you're increasing it by 11, you're in the NEC conference that's not really looked at as a
Mm-hmm.
high D1,
Yeah,
so low mid major. So like, did you think of like, yo, like let me see what I can do at a higher level? Like, let me enter the transfer portal, see if I can get these A10 schools, high major schools to look at me and be like, yo, I can play at this level.
yeah. There's always that thought in the back of your head, but like a lot of people do that, and like a lot of people, the grass isn't always greener. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people, it doesn't work for a lot of people, and I'm pretty comfortable at where I'm at. There's like a lot of reasons, a lot of things that played into like the reason why I stayed and stuff. So
Yeah.
I just felt like it was the best for me.
Yeah. No, sometimes like staying at a certain level is like way better than increasing because at the end of the day, you never know what can happen at that level. Like you could have an amazing year, you could have the worst year of your life. Like
Yes.
you never know. So now you're entering your third year.
Yeah.
Um, so now a lot of people obviously know about FDU. Um, do you think you have a lot of pressure to reach back to where you guys were last year? Because obviously you have a whole different roster than last year. What kind of
Yeah.
main point guard left?
Hmm.
So do you guys think you have like a shot to do it again and shock the world again, like how y'all did last year?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely do think we have a shot to. I think we have a shot to just be better, like in general, like have a better season, be a better team,
Hmm.
be in a better position when it comes to March. In general, I feel like we have a chance to do that, do something special this year for sure.
Okay.
I think we will.
Yeah. So now your non-conference this year, you guys got you guys know your schedule yet?
Yeah. I mean, we know some of it. I
Know
know
some of
we
it.
play like Buffalo, play Fordham, NJIT, go to Seton Hall, play Illinois,
Okay.
play.
You got some tough games.
Yeah, we do got some tough games. We
Yeah.
play Columbia. Some tough games, some local games.
Yeah.
Balance it out.
Yeah. Now I want to go back to when you were younger, like when you were doing your recruitment process. Obviously, you only had one offer going in out of the prep year, but like,
Hmm.
was staying home a factor or?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm comfortable, like, because FDU is only like 25 minutes from my house. Like, I've been like in this area basically my whole life, so it's kind of
Yeah.
it's comfortable uh, being here and stuff. So, but I like it. It definitely did play a part.
Yeah, no, for sure. And now the off season right now, obviously we worked out together a few times.
Yeah,
So now are you? So what's the goal for the rest of the summer?
just to continue to get better, to get stronger. Get my body right for the season. Seasons be long, so trying to get my body right to limit the chance of injury and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you got a whole season ahead of you, big
Exactly.
role coming up.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you want to
So
stay healthy.
try to stay healthy, get stronger, get faster.
Yeah.
Just get better, little things here and there. Polish a little bit of some skills here and
Mm.
there.
Now, obviously, a lot of kids like look up to what you've done and stuff. So tell them the real like how like what are the true like good moments of like road like let's say this. For me, when I was in college, I valued like road trips, like eating out with my team, like those moments, like the bonding moments with your team. Like what were your favorite like moments off the court with your team that you guys really like connected on?
This year or just in general?
In general or most likely this year. Let's say this year.
This year, We had a really close team. Like this is like I feel like a lot of teams can't really say like they had a close team like we did. Like our coach made sure we like did a lot of team bonding events. We played like a softball game against the coaches. That was pretty fun. We beat them. We went bowling. Not that I'm not that good at bowling, so but that was still fun though. We did like a lot of like cool little events. We played Kahoot before every game.
For
Like
real?
before every away game, we played
On the
Kahoot.
other team?
No, just in
Just in
general.
general?
Like say we was in like say we're in at Merrimack, they'll give us like a Kahoot about like Massachusetts, like oh when was the Boston Tea Party or something like that. Like they'll give
Some
us like a
random shit.
Kahoot. Yeah, so we would play Kahoot before every the night before every away game. That was kind of fun. Then towards the end we like watch certain boxing matches because Tobin liked boxing before
Mm.
home games. So like it was fun. Like they made sure we were gonna be a close team. Like they give them that. Like as a coaching staff, they did a lot to make sure we was close, we was bonding and stuff. So.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
one of the most important things, especially when you're like playing Division 1 basketball. Like everybody's from different areas. Like being close knit and like together is like really what sets you guys apart from like another team.
Exactly. Like that plays part because that's when you like trust your team. Like when you trust somebody off the court, then it's way easier for you to trust somebody on the court. Like you treat somebody like they're your brother. Like you're gonna want them to do good. Like you're gonna trust them to do whatever, it is that they need to do. Like just like they'll trust you. Like you trust him taking the last game winner shot, and he'll trust me to take a game winner shot. There's no like jealousy or none of that when you're like as close as
You're just happy for your brother.
exactly
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So now, um, going back to your childhood, um, you guys won the Bergen County Jamboree,
Yeah.
and was that if you had to pick out the best basketball moment of your life so far?
Mhm.
So where does the Jamboree stand? Is it more than the tournament?
The chamber, yeah, that's arguable. It's up there. It's definitely up there with the tournament though. Like the joy you had like a whole school behind you, like a whole community behind you and
Yeah,
stuff. But the tournament was also different too. I mean, it's just two different. I don't know.
two different environments.
Yeah, it's two different things, but they're both like definitely my top two basketball moments for sure.
Yeah,
Like it was just pure happiness, pure joy, excitement, and stuff.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
No, that must have been a crazy feeling, especially the Jamboree took place in FDU, right?
Yeah, that it did. It did take place at DU, and I
And
did at that point. I did not
you
think
had
I would
no
be.
idea you was
Yeah,
gonna be playing there.
exactly.
Yeah, no, that must have been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you mentioned, you played AAU that year, or that was your senior year. So the year
Yeah.
before that, you played AAU with who?
The year before my senior year, I played AAU with New York Lightning Select and Born Ready Elite. Like half the AAU session I played with Born Ready, and the other half I played with New York Lightning Select.
So throughout your AAU career, were you on like a circuit team though, or were you
When I was going my junior year, I was on the Adidas team. I was on
Adidas
the
team?
firm. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of kids out there nowadays, they think like, yo, because I have a lot of kids who I know come up to me and they're like, hey, what circuit team should I be on? Like, circuit. Like, do you necessarily think you need a circuit team
No,
to reach the college level?
you definitely don't. Like, I didn't like. I only played on one circuit team when I was going into my junior year, and I was not recruited at all.
Yeah.
When I was like playing for that team, so it really doesn't have anything to do with that. Like if you're playing well, if you're doing the right things on the court, like the coaches will find you. They'll find you in high school. They'll find you on a circuit team. Find you on a non-circuit team. They'll find you in a part. Like they'll find you. Like the coaches will find you.
Yeah. Because I feel like nowadays, the youth, especially, they're all fixated on just being like, look, I have to do this route because the number one player in the country did that route,
Yeah,
and I have to do that in order to reach there.
yeah,
Like, there's multiple routes that players can go through to reach the same goal as that other kid.
exactly. Like everybody's route is different. Like you heard my route is different than my teammates' route. Like everybody on my team has a different route. Everybody on any team on the country, everybody had a different route to get there. Like you don't know what it took behind the scenes. Like there's a lot of things that play a part into getting where you want to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like yellow brick road where you're just gonna follow it and it's gonna take you to where you want to go. Like there's a lot of different detour. Like there's stuff that happens that you can't control. Like there's a lot of things that happen. So there's definitely no like one way to take to get where you need to go.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I feel like kids nowadays just gotta realize that like they can do it, no matter if it's EYBL or whether it's a local like
Yeah,
travel team.
yeah,
Like, you all gotta start somewhere.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it would be nice to get all that gear.
It
A lot
is
of people
nice.
are like A lot of people think like, yo, like I'm gonna get how much UIBL gear, how much UIA gear.
Yeah,
Like,
if you're in it for the gear, you're in it for the
yeah,
wrong
it's the
things. So
wrong reason.
you might as well just get out now,
Yeah,
because when you get to a certain levels, you're gonna realize like this really isn't for you. So
yeah,
like, you know, yeah.
yeah. So now AU junior year is done, but then the COVID year happened, so obviously all that happened. So now I want to talk about you off the court, like like besides basketball, like how important was like making sure that school is like taken care of, because I feel like a lot of people take school for granted, and like there's kids out there who want to go to school, get an education, but in order to play Division 1 basketball or any college basketball in general, you need the grades, because you got to be a student first, student athlete. That's why people call it student athlete, not athlete student.
Yeah.
So like if you had to give like a message to kids.
Being a student, that was really like ingrained in me when I was a young age with my parents. Like basketball, before basketball was really in the picture, like they always told me that school is important. Like for me to be successful and stuff, I would have to take school seriously. So like when it was time for me to really take like when it was time for me to really take school seriously when it came to basketball, like when school had to be in a picture when it came to basketball, I already had the proper like habits and stuff like that because I was already used to taking school seriously.
Yeah.
So like I know that there's a lot of people who really don't, when like the truth is that you need school for you to even play. Like
Yep.
there's kids who I know who just ineligible because they can't play, can't go D1 because they're not eligible by the NCAA. Like you gotta have a certain GPA to play college basketball in general. So school is really important. So before you even think about playing at the next level, you need to think about, are you taking care of everything in the classroom and stuff? Because
Yep.
that's really what it's about.
Yeah, like there's a lot of kids out there who can hoop, but like you got to have the grades to play.
Yeah.
And that's like a very important part. I don't think a lot of kids understand how important it is at a young age, but that's why I think if I were to give advice to kids right now, make sure your circle that you're around is very, like, they know your goals and your aspirations, and literally cut off everybody who's not going to help you reach your goals or like help you achieve your dreams, because those people are just setting you back. Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you, when you were younger, you made your circle tighter. You like, you had to cut out some people who wasn't right for you.
Yeah, like I mean, to be honest, like the people that who I've been messing with my whole life, my friends, my brothers, like they knew what it was about. Like they never put me in the wrong path. They never surrounded me by that like things that I'm not supposed to be surrounded by. They always knew like what my goal was, and they always supported it. So I'm lucky to have my close friends. You know, they know
Yeah.
who they are and stuff. So
Yep.
like they can make sure I'm on the right path always. Like they make sure I'm not swinging off the path because they know what my goal is and they want me to achieve that goal with me. So
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Now to end it off, just gonna ask you a few questions, just like not really basketball related, some basketball related, just overall everything. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your pregame meal?
um, I, okay, well, my pregame meal, like, I don't nobody criticize me or nothing, but like, it's usually McDonald's.
Bro,
Yeah, for real. I'm a big McDonald's
what's your
guy.
order?
Like, I know it's not healthy or whatever,
What's your order?
but it depends on the day. I just either something I get McNuggets, something I get McChicken.
She's
Like,
saying before Purdue, you had McDonald's.
before Purdue. No, he was in a hotel. They had us in a nice
Oh, they
hotel.
had you all
They
set up
might. I think I might have had McDonald's for breakfast though. Cause
for
I'm like,
breakfast.
I'm telling you, I usually have McDonald's. Me and Joe Cash. Like for me, he knows like we get McDonald's for every game. Like that's a must have.
All right, bro. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let you. Hey, it worked.
yeah, it
It
works,
worked.
bro. I mean, it don't work for everybody, so don't take my like,
Yeah,
don't
don't
take,
listen to him
yeah,
if
don't take what
it's not
I'm doing
necessarily
for you
good,
because
bro.
it might not work for you, but for me and Joe, it worked.
All right, all right. Who's your favorite NBA player?
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
Why?
I just like love the way he played. Like he and like growing up, it used to be Steph Curry, but as I got older, I got taller, and my limbs got longer. Like I started to like players who I feel like I could sort of
Resemble, yeah.
emulate. Yeah, like because they have the same body style. Like their limbs are long. They for me lanky and stuff like that. So I started liking players like that. So Jason Tatum, my favorite player.
Yeah. You don't got a favorite team?
Not really. I'm a Knicks fan because I'm from New York.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me think. All right, celebrity crush.
I have a girlfriend. It's
Okay,
the
that's a
only
good
crush
answer.
I have.
Hey, you testing it. All right. Have you been out the country?
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah, I've been out the country a lot of times.
You get time to travel a lot or no?
I used like when I was younger, I used to travel more, but me and my family, we usually do one family trip before school starts. So in August we go on a trip
Where are
once
you
a year.
going this year?
Dominican Republic.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Okay. You have a favorite college team before obviously FDU?
Nah. I mean, yeah, like as a kid, it was Duke, and I got older, I started realizing like the politics and stuff. I started like St. John's, Seton Hall, because local teams and stuff.
Yeah. Still high major.
Yeah, still high major. So I would like them before I got old enough.
Okay. All right. Who was the toughest player you had to guard
Tough player at the guard.
ever?
That's a good question. Probably. Let me think. Probably Jonathan Kuminga.
Kuminga?
Yeah, we was playing him, and like everybody had to switch on to him. He was just tough, strong, fast.
I remember he was on my team at Pangos.
Oh, word?
Mad long ago. Yeah, he's different.
Yeah, probably him. Probably Jalen Green. I'd have to go Jalen Green. But it was different though. I think it was Kuminga. Yeah.
Kuminga?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, actually, who was it? I guard this. I might have guarded somebody this year that was nice. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, I ain't guard him. No, I ain't guard him.
What was that? He up there?
No. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Leave it at Kuminga.
Okay. In the NEC? What's your favorite team to go against?
Favorite team to play against? Probably Wagner, because like that's our rival, and like they play hard, we play hard, and it's good. It gets chippy and stuff. It's fun.
What was your favorite non-conference game you played in your past 2 years? Arena-wise.
Arena-wise, it was probably Virginia.
Virginia's arena.
Yeah,
that must have been crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, Virginia's arena was crazy.
Yeah. All right, yeah. And all right, you a sneakerhead?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Like sneaker, like one sneaker in general?
Like, what's that one go-to sneaker that you wear going out to a function, or your favorite all-time shoe?
Probably the Bred 11s or these cool gray 11s. I like 11s. 11s, 3s are my two favorites.
No ones?
I'm starting to get into the ones, to be honest. But like I'm like usually like 11s and 3s are really my two go-tos. I like 4s. Not like 1s now. I like 6s. I like 7. I like a lot of them.
Heard you. Yeah. All right, well, Ansley, thank you for coming on to the first episode of The Only Child by AA, me, Ari, and Aurora. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, of course, bro. Always. And yeah, next episode coming soon.